We're now going to look at views. Okay, there are lots of buttons that we can go to, and we're going to start with the buttons at the bottom on the status bar. Now at the moment, the first button is selected. That's for the normal view, and this is just the view we're in with the tri-pane, or the three areas. We have our navigation, our slide, and down at the bottom we have our notes, which is quite nice when you're working on them, and as we've seen in a previous video, we know that we can resize the different areas. The next button is called the Slide Sorter View. This is quite handy because it shows you the slides slightly bigger than the thumbnails, but still smaller, so you can get a feel of the layout. And you can drag and drop to move things around. And it's quite easy to just drag and drop all the different slides. The next view is called Reading View, and what this does is it shows you the presentation in a small window. And so this window will you can see it has the title bar and down at the bottom the status bar, but it also will have navigation buttons, and you can see previous, you can see next, and here's the menu, and then we have the view buttons as well, so you can move from the reading view to another view. Once you finish the reading view, it goes to the last view. And since the last view was Slide Sorter View, that's where we've come to. Now the last button takes us to Slideshow View. And to make the resolution clearer, when I do this, you're not going to be able to see the whole screen, just because I've zoomed into a smaller window. So I'm just going to show it quickly. There we go. We've got the presentation back here. It does maximize to fit the whole screen. And you can always press Escape, that's the ESC button, to return to the previous view. Now with the, if I just go to Strengths, now what I did was I navigated to a slide by double clicking on it, and that takes us back to normal view. And what I was going to say is with the slides, if you're not on slide number 1, so I was on slide number 1, if you're on slide, say, 4, and you click on this slideshow view, it will start the slideshow from the current slide, so whatever slide you're on. Okay, so that's this button down here, but we do have more. If we go up to the View tab, we click on View, and we have normal view, we have slide sorter, we also have, well, the reading view, but we have notes page. And if I click on notes page, you can see what it looks like. I have a smaller picture of the slide, and then underneath an area that the notes can go. And in this window, I can type in the notes area. So I just click in and just start typing. There we go. And as I said previously in another video, that you could use this for your own speaker notes. So when you're giving the presentation, it's nice to have a bit of paper to kind of look at and make sure that you have you stay on track and you have all the information there that you need. But it could also be for handouts. So those are the presentation views. But then in the Slideshow tab, we have Start Slideshow, and these are more view buttons. We have from the beginning. So this is going to start the presentation in Slideshow View, but always from slide 1, no matter what slide we're on at the moment. This is like the button at the bottom from the current slide, and you can see when I pause on it, it says that Shift F5 is the shortcut. And then broadcast. This one is to broadcast it remotely on the web through a browser. And the bottom is to start a custom show, which would be listed if I had any. This custom shows is to create them. Quite handy if you're using the same presentation for different audiences and they won't be interested in certain things. You might remove some slides for some people and other slides for others. So those are the view buttons in PowerPoint.